Hello once again. My name is James and I'm doing a review as requested by Lightning02 from the Garage Journal. He's seen some of my other videos and has asked me to do a more in-depth review of the Mastercraft ratchets that I have, along with the combination wrench sets. So what I do is I took a minute here, and to answer his questions, he asked what the tooth counts on these were. Now these three on this left, they came in a 400-piece socket set, and they're from the Mastercraft Maximum line, which is their top-end set and is comparable to a Craftsman Professional. Mastercraft just happens to be a brand sold in Canada at Canadian Tire, very similar to Sears. These ones are pair head with the little lever here, and we've got the 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch, 44 tooth, 54 tooth, and 44 tooth. Now this one is the only one out of them that isn't from the Maximum line. This is just the standard Maximum, and it came in a tune-up set. So this came with an extension and some spark plug sockets. It's the only one that has this style of directional change. And this one has a 41 tooth count, so it's got an odd number of teeth, 41. This one is the 1/2 inch micro, and it's got a 72 tooth count. Hear how fine that is. It's got a very small head when compared to the standard. It's going to allow you to fit into a lot tighter places. Get some more work done where maybe you couldn't. And then, out of all of them, my favorite one is the 3/8 flex head. And the difference between this flex head and the flex head on the tune-up one is that this one has a little lock here. So you can put it in and set it down and it's not going anywhere. Plus, it's got the extension handle. This one also has a 44 tooth count. Over here, we've got the combination wrenches, and you'll notice I've taken some out. And there's a reason for that, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. But we'll start out with the metric, and we've got the 14-piece set. It starts out at 6mm and works its way up to 24mm. Now in there, it's missing 9, 15, 20, 21, and 23 millimeters. Over here, we've got the stubby 11-piece, and it starts at 7 millimeters and works its way up to 22 millimeters. And it skips sizes 9, 12, 17, 20, and 21. Then these are the SAE sizes. Again, we've got the long ones, and they start at size 1/4 and work their way up to 1 inch. And I don't know metric or standard sizes well enough to tell you what it's missing for in-between sizes. Then there's an 11-piece set, stubby, and it starts out at 1/4 and works its way up to 7/8. What I can tell you though is since there's a 3 tool difference between the two of these, I can tell you that the 3 that are in the big set that are not in the stubby set are 11/32s, 15/16, and 1 inch. Now also it should be noted that these did come with a handle, which I removed so they fit better in the drawers. With that being said, this and this, the 4 pieces here, the 4 separate trays, all came in one set I got as a Christmas gift from my mother-in-law. She was a general manager out of Canadian Tire, so I'm sure she got a good deal on them. Now up here on this carabiner I have is a metric set of their Maximum line wrenches. I keep these on a carabiner. I keep them in a little toolbox that I can just take with me. These go from 9 to 18 millimeters, and there are a couple missing sizes in there. just like the SAE ones, start out at 11/32s and go up to 3/4 with nothing missing in between there, as far as I know. Now, these ones, to buy in this set, these came with the 400-piece socket set that the ratchets came out of. I don't know if you can actually just purchase these particular sizes here as one set. What I did, though, was I set up a little board here with some 14mm nuts, or leg bolts. Now, I don't have 14mm in the maximum, so what I grabbed was a 9/16, which is pretty close. And I prefer the maximum because it's got a smaller feel to it. See the diameter of that? You put it up against this. It's a little smaller and it's a little more contoured. This is a little rougher. And when you put this on here, let me just hand start that. There. So when you put it on here, you can see there's no problem getting it on. But the maximum just has a nicer feel in the hand when you're gonna go and do something like this. Now, if you're getting into a tight area, you got the stubby option. And that's gonna run them down just the same. All three of these feel to be about the same. The stubby obviously needed a little more force. So I also have 14mm socket ready to go for each one of these ratchets, just so you can hear the teeth at play. So going down with the 1/4 inch. And we've got the 3/4 inch standard maximum, I guess I would say, since it doesn't have any of the fancy bells or whistles. Yeah, everything works pretty well with that. And we can go to the one out of the tune-up set. This is my least favorite out of them all. The reason being is that this doesn't lock, so it can play sometimes with you. But the nice things is I like doing it like this better. And I'm sorry for the weird camera angle. It's just I'm holding the board down with my elbow. Right, you can run down a little faster like that. Then you can put it flat for more torque. And then finally is the extendable one in the 3/8 size. And on this one, you can really get that extra ease. This is taking almost no effort. Go into the 1/2 inch size. hear those teeth going. And then if we go over to the micro head, you can hear a lot finer tooth count. And with that smaller head, we're going to get into a lot tighter spaces. So if I had to make comments, yay or nays on which ones, and I only bought these 3. Everything else was gifted to me. And if I were going to go out and purchase sets on my own, I would definitely pick this up. For the price when they go on sale, I mean full price, it's probably not worth it. Full price, I think they charge $40 for each. I mean, that's $160 here. I believe they go on sale somewhere in the $80 range, maybe better. For $80 with the amount of sizes that you're going to get here to choose from, I think that's a really good deal. Now, when it comes to these Maximums, they have a much nicer hand feel. I'm not a professional. I don't do this all day, every day to earn a living. I'm a chef. My knives are expensive. Those are what I depend on to earn a paycheck. My tools, these are what I do to save money around the house and to have fun with on the weekend with buddies. Working on project cars and whatnot. So these ones, though, they are more comfortable, and they're what I keep in my go-to bag in case I have to go somewhere in a hurry. So I would definitely consider these more of a must, and these more of a luxury. When it comes to the ratchets, I almost never pick this up. I changed my spark plugs for the first time this spring. I tried using this one. I put it down. It's one I'll use. Actually, I did use it once more after. I used it when I changed my oil because I wasn't worried about pouring hot oil all over this. This one is my favorite out of the set because it's got that extender on it. Let you get that extra leverage. This is nice in the 1/2 inch because it's got that micro head. Lets you get into finer places, and it's a finer tooth ratchet, so you can get in, since you're in those finer places, you get a much smaller swing. You only need 5 degrees of swing on this. But there's nothing wrong with these either. These came in that 400-piece socket set. The 400-piece socket set is like $700 full price. It goes on sale for $180. So, I mean, these 3 came with those Maximum wrenches over there, and all of these sockets, just not the rails. I mean, for $180, who can complain? That's my review, just my 2 cents. Please leave some comments, likes, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, and if you want me to review anything else that you've seen in any of my other tool videos. Thank you very much and have a good night.